I'm Agata, I'm from our product team, and I believe that I am between all of you and the scavenger hunt. And so while I'm excited to talk to you all about our roadmap, I'm gonna try to keep it snappy and brief because this is the last session of the day. You've been here for a while, and so yeah, we're gonna do that. And also, I would love your energy, right? We're talking about things that are coming to the product, things that you have requested. And so if you see something and you've been waiting for it for a little bit, Andrew, I see you. I expect you to do a little whoop whoop at one point. We love the feedback. So do bring the energy. I'm also very jet lagged, so it will help me up here. Excellent. So yeah, let's jump in. So you've heard this before, right? You heard this from Scott a little bit this morning, but our goal at FullStory, my goal, my team's goal, is to create products that you all and others will love and find value in. Like that is why our product team exists. We will be doing our job if we help you do your job better and move the needle for your business. And we all know value has many currencies, and we like to think about value in 3 ways. One, there's enabling teams to grow revenue by increasing conversions, as an example. Also reducing time to resolution for bugs, as another one. And shortening that feedback loop between when code is written and when users actually engage with your digital experiences. And we do this for teams, right? For groups of humans who are all working together across various disciplines to build better digital experiences, right? A single source of truth powered by our data engine. I'm hearing that's people are liking those words, and teams that rely on this data engine to work collaboratively and effectively towards common goals. Now, Scott stole my thunder a little bit this morning when he shared with you all that on average, every account FullStory is used on average by 5.2 different personas in an organization. That's average, and that number is over 5. That's incredible. I guarantee you that every single role that's called out here on this slide is here in this room or works very closely with someone who is. And also, I've heard of other roles, right, that even aren't on the slide. We need to update this to include technical writers and others as well. Right, if you're not sure how FullStory supports UX teams or customer success teams because you happen to be, say product management, I challenge you to find someone at the happy hour or that scavenger hunt who fits one of those roles and learn more, right? How are they using FullStory that's different than how you use FullStory? What can you bring back to your organization? Our development process takes many inputs into consideration, and I am now basically the 5th person to echo that a huge input into our roadmap, it is you. All of you, or as we like to say in Georgia, all y'all. All y'all help us make the product what it is today and where it's headed. Now, I know it's late in the day, but I would love for you to raise your hand and raise it high if you've ever provided feedback to someone at FullStory about the product. Higher, higher, I love it, thank you. I guarantee you that whatever feedback you provided, whether it was to a human or through that little hand that we have in the app, every single piece of feedback makes it to the product team. We have many ways of doing that. There are so many ways that you can provide feedback to us, what you're trying to do, what you are doing, what you wish you were able to do in FullStory. And I've highlighted some of those ways here. Again, some of these are bionic, some of these are not. But every single piece of feedback does make it back to the product team. We truly do believe that feedback is a gift, and we're very, very thankful for your participation in our process. As a product person in a room full of product people, I will say we can't always act on all the feedback. You know why, but we hear you, we appreciate you, and I really do look forward to continuing to partner with all of you as we evolve our product. I'll be like the 5th person again to tell you, come find us at the happy hour, scavenger hunt, or after, right? And help us understand how you use the product and what you want to see from it. We do want to chat with you about it. All right, enough about how you all influence our roadmap. What are we working on? What is on this roadmap? Well, I'm going to share with you a couple things. So we'll walk through this in sort of 3 different sort of buckets, I would say. There are 3 types of investments that I'm going to talk about this afternoon. Right, digital experience data, right? You heard quite a bit from Chip about data and our unique approach to it. The right data, the data that matters, right? Complete, high quality, behavioral customer data, whether it's auto capture, instrumented from your website, from your app, or other offline data sources, creating the most usable and valuable source of digital experience data. and then bringing that to life outside of FullStory and other parts of your data stack, such as your data warehouse, for a variety of use cases, for AI, machine learning, modeling, to understanding omni-channel journeys. There are so many different ways that we can unlock that data in your tech ecosystem. Then there's insights, right? Making it easy for that data to mean something in the app. Insights that are proactive, relevant, and actionable for you and your business. Marrying the quantitative and the qualitative so that you not only know what happened, but you also know why. And then lastly, this one's going to be the most fun because we're going to give you a sneak peek into some very, very early R&D projects that we're working on. So excited to share that with you. So I'm going to get in the roadmap, just a couple of housekeeping things. So for each of these, there'll be a couple slides. On these slides, what you're going to see as a little call out that states where we are in the dev cycle. So you'll know if you can get access to something right now because it's ready, or maybe it's not ready, but we'll still give you access if you ask for it, so just ask us for it. Or some things are just a little too early to flag on, but we'll make that clear. And also, if something is limited to our advanced or enterprise packages, I'll call that out as well, just so you know. Let's dive in. All right, data. We'll start talking about digital experience data, or as we like to say, the data that matters most. Let's start with mobile. Your customers, we all love mobile. We all love our phones, right? And we know that all of you spend so much time delivering digital experiences on mobile apps to support these customers who are on their phones. We know you want to build perfect digital experiences for them. And so we're continuing to expand the frameworks that we support for our native mobile add-on with the launch of Cordova, Capacitor, Ionic, and Android Jetpack Compose support. That's a lot. So in addition to already being the market leader with SwiftUI and React Native, we now support 85% of the native mobile market. And we really do hope that if you're not yet using FullStory for native mobile, that these launches are one step closer to you being able to. Let's talk some more about data. There are so many arcs that we're working on to make sure that you have the data that matters most, like our recently updated user and event APIs. For today, I'm going to spend some time going a bit deeper on two specific arcs. First, have you ever looked at a metric or a chart and you've noticed a dip that seemed maybe a little bit abnormal, and then only to realize that it's because the element you were tracking changed out from under you? That's the problem that we are solving with data quality monitoring. DQM helps identify when events and elements have evolved so that you can have the confidence that your data is accurate. And if the definition needs to evolve, because sometimes they do, we'll make sure to make that easy for you to do in the app as well. And then second, many of you have told us that you could use a little bit more guidance on what data you should track or label. Auto capture enables teams to collect data, we all know that, but the digital experience data can be unstructured for human understanding. And today, in those cases, our guidance has been more informal, ad hoc, and sort of human to human, but we're bringing that support and that guidance more formally into the app, into which data objects are most valuable to label and how. We're offering you a way to structure your data by providing a guidance in the form of a spec, which will be inclusive of elements, events, pages, and properties. By structuring your data in a consistent and human interpretable way, use cases are unlocked for reporting, metrics, and more sophisticated behavioral models as well. Even better, and this is what Chip alluded to a little bit earlier, we're leveraging AI to make this process much more bionic, right? The context that already exists in the DOM already can significantly decrease the level of effort to get the right data mapped into a spec. We're starting with e-commerce, but we're not stopping there. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's keep that energy high. All right, and then the last sort of slide for the data section. We all know FullStory data is the most complete, high-quality customer behavior data, right? We've said this a million times today. And what we have heard loud and clear from so many of you, as well as other customers, is that you want to be able to access that data outside of FullStory, right? Have access to it in your data warehouse so that you can include it with other data sources from your business that matter. And for a variety of reasons, right? Whether it's predictive analytics, having a 360 view of your customer, so many more use cases. Last year, we launched Data Destinations, which is essentially a way to send FullStory data to your BigQuery or Snowflake instance. We have seen overwhelming interest and demand, and we're now expanding to the offerings to include Redshift as well as Segment. We're also enhancing Data Destinations with the availability of a dbt package, which will really shorten the time to value for customers, giving them access to useful, transformed, analytics-ready data out of the box. And then, of course, there's perception AI. I included it here, but Chip just talked about it for 30 minutes. So I'm not going to go on, I'm not going to talk more about it, but just that's something that we're also very excited about. All right, we've talked about data, right? Now let's talk about how we're bringing that data to life in the FullStory product so that you can get access to insights much faster. All right, Andrew, get ready, okay? Get ready. Understanding how customers are engaging with your digital experience and the impact that's having on your business happens in so many ways in FullStory. You all know this, right? You can watch sessions, you can analyze KPIs via charts and graphs, and we continue to evolve the menu of options. We have meaningfully enhanced our visual page analytics offering, giving you a new way to visualize beyond the numbers. And there are two really, really exciting announcements that I want to share in this area. Remember how I said that customers love mobile? Well, that is still true. And we also know how much you all love heat maps and the ability they provide to help you understand at a higher level how customers are engaging with your digital properties. And so we're bringing these two things together, and I'm over the moon excited to announce that we now have heat maps for native mobile. That's right, it's here, it's here. Very excited. We GA'd yesterday, we're doing a slow rollout, but those of you who have native mobile by next, the 21st, you will have it if you don't yet have it. So super excited about that one. And then also speaking of heat maps, if you've ever looked at a heat map and you have wondered, how does the engagement that I'm seeing correlate to actual business outcomes? And does the additional engagement that I'm seeing over here, or the frustration that I'm seeing over here, does it actually matter to my bottom line? We're helping you answer those questions with the introduction of conversion rate heat maps, available on our advanced and enterprise plans. Conversion rate heat maps gives you the ability to understand conversion rates for various parts of the page. And so now you can more easily understand the productivity of the content that you're showing your customers, making it much easier to make informed, data-driven decisions on what you want to elevate and what you want to swap out. Very excited about that one as well. I'm excited about all these, to be clear. They're like children. You don't have favorites, right? You love them all. But all righty. We all know, I think, time is our most precious asset, and FullStory helps digital teams save time. You've heard this before. And as an example, even how we approach data capture, that is a reason that customers choose FullStory, because the way that we capture data saves teams time. And so we're always on the lookout to evolve the product in ways that makes it faster for you to get to the questions you have answered, even with those little enhancements, because we know it all adds up. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually something that you just saw about an hour ago or so. This is very, very hot off the press, but I wanted to make sure to include it because it's, again, these little things that do matter. And basically, if you've ever watched a session, right, and Tina walked through this, you watch the session and you notice that something is off or it's interesting, and you want to know, gosh, how big of an impact is it having? Is this a recent occurrence? Do I need to be worried? In the past, you could have done that, right? You could have left session replay, you could have built a segment, you could have gotten that question answered, but now, all you have to do is click that little, up and to the right arrow, and you'll know in the moment without being interrupted, saving you time, answering your questions in the moment with one-click impact analysis. Also, conversion analysis and funnels. Have you ever found yourself looking at a funnel and asking yourself, why are people dropping off between steps, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, pick one, and wondering how much is that really costing? Again, should I be worried? Is this a big deal or not? You could go to conversions to get that answer. You've had that opportunity for years. But that means leaving your workflow, going to conversions, and setting up an analysis to get your answer. We didn't think that was good enough, simple enough, or obvious enough. And so we've changed it. And so available, again, with our advanced and enterprise plans, we're now pulling in conversions opportunities into funnels so that in the moment, you get the information that you need to really make the changes that matter. I'm seeing some head nodding. I love it. Yes, this is a good one, too. Metric alerts. This one is one of my favorites. Have you ever, and I know so many of you have, logged into FullStory to check on a KPI only to learn that it's been going in the wrong direction and you had no idea? And maybe it's because you only log in every few days. Maybe it's because you were on vacation, which was very well deserved, but still, that KPI is moving in the wrong direction. Something has broken, people have stopped checking out or logging in, And you say to yourself, oh, I get it, things happen, and that's okay. But why did we need to wait several days to find out? It's costing you your business. Well, now you don't have to wait. Metric Alerts is available on our advanced and enterprise plans and solves for this exact problem. With the launch of this feature, FullStory is monitoring your digital experience on your behalf. So you can sleep safely at night or on that vacation, knowing that as soon as something is off, an alarm will be raised. And the team will be notified however they want to be, whether it's Slack or Microsoft Teams, Jira, Trello, maybe PagerDuty, just pick one. We have you covered. It's good stuff. Yeah. Thank you, appreciate that. You've heard this sort of theme throughout the day, and we also hear from many of you, and we love to hear it, that so many of your different teams use FullStory, and that the more your teams, the various teams use FullStory, the more collaborative your teams are, the more effective and the more aligned. And we love to hear it, right? FullStory as the single source of truth. And yet, sometimes we've also heard from you, and we love this a lot less, meaning we hate it, that it can sometimes be difficult to make sure that everyone on your team is looking at the same blessed insights, analyses, dashboards, and so on, those that are actually relevant for your teams versus others. Enter Spaces. This one's available on our enterprise plan, and Spaces lets you and your teams more effectively organize your FullStory org into separate workspaces for teams, for whatever definition of teams that you may have. Making sure that everyone within, your growth team or your marketing team or your product teams, that they're aligned on the most important and relevant analytics, and more importantly, can easily find and have confidence that they're all engaging with the right ones for their team. This is huge. We're using this at FullStory already, as you can imagine, for the last 2 months, and it's been phenomenal. So excited to bring this to you all as well. All right, and this is the last one in this section, and it's another exciting one. If you have ever found yourself logging into FullStory with a question that you wanted to answer, a chart you wanted to build, or a KPI you wanted to understand, but you just weren't sure where to start, then this feature was built with you in mind. We are introducing a template gallery that helps you get to your answers faster, providing you with starting points, and then making it very easy for you to make whatever tweaks that you need to get the analysis and the answers that you're looking to get. Really shortening the path from question to answer. Yeah.